everyone, this is Amanda from Simple Life of a Frugal Wife, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 11 ways that my family saves money at the grocery store. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd love for you to do that so you don't miss a video, and you can do that by hitting the subscribe button below. Now let's get into the video. Now, I don't know about your house, but we are constant eaters here. I have 3 growing children, I have a carpenter husband who works hard, and let's be honest, I just love to eat as well. We have this running joke in our house that we are a family of people who get hangry when we don't eat. If you don't know what that is, that's, when you're hungry, it makes you a little grumpy. You get a little angry. And so we always joke, if someone's grumpy, we ask, do you need a sandwich? So we always want to make sure we have food in the house, we have snacks in the house, and it definitely adds up quickly. So I want to share with you today the little tips that I have applied to our grocery shopping to save money, so that maybe you can apply them to your grocery procedure kind of thing to save money as well. So let's get into it. The first one is we buy blocks of cheese. We don't buy shredded cheese. If you want shredded cheese, and you want to stock up on cheese, you can easily shred it at home and actually throw it in the freezer, which is really great when it's on sale. We rarely buy cheese when it's full price because it goes on sale here where I live quite frequently, and the price difference is quite a few dollars. So if you do buy extra cheese to freeze it, make sure that you do shred it first before you put it in the freezer, because if you put in like a whole block of cheese, it'll be crumbly and ruined, and you'll waste your money. So be sure to shred it, and then you can stick it in a freezer bag and throw it in the freezer, and then you have it to grab at a moment's notice. The second one is we buy whole chicken instead of pieces of chickens. Now, for us right now, we've kind of switched over and we've been raising our own meat birds as well. But whether we raise them ourselves or we buy them at the grocery store, we always cook the whole chickens. It's just a way that we can save money, and what I do is I cook them up and then I divide them into 2, 3, or sometimes 4 meals depending on how big the chicken is. I'll use the bones to make broth, as opposed to if I had just bought pieces of chicken at the grocery store, I'm not going to get multiple meals out of it, and it's going to be more expensive. So buy whole chickens. The third one is kind of going off of the buying a whole chicken, and I also buy whole pork loins instead of pork chops. Now, this is a little secret that I learned in the past couple years from a friend. I don't know why I had never thought about it before, but you basically buy the pork loin, you can slice it up in pork chops in individual packages for how much you need for your family, stick it in the freezer. You can cut it up into roasts, which is great for the slow cooker. You can cut it up into chunks for stew or stir fry, and it's just going to be a whole lot cheaper that way. I like to buy them when they're on sale, and I'll buy a few of them. When you do buy them, if you do decide you want to cut them, freeze them for about an hour or 2 just so they get stiff enough so that it's easier to cut. That was a little secret another friend told me, so just don't forget them in the freezer or you'll never be able to cut through it. The fourth one is that I buy spices in the bags and not jars, and I did share this in my last video. I actually buy the salsa jars for my spices because I like to put a whole bag of spice in the jar as opposed to the little spice jars. You can't fit a whole bag. But spices are always cheaper from what I've seen in a bag as opposed to buying it in the jars with the shaker. The next one is to buy store or generic brands. We have come to love a lot of the generic brands, and so we save a significant amount of money by shopping for generic brands. There is the odd thing or two that we prefer the name brand, but the majority of our shopping is generic and name brands, and we have been able to really cut back on our grocery bill by doing this. And some of the companies, they actually process the food in a name brand company. So essentially you're getting a very similar product just with a different label. So definitely try buying more generic brands. The next one is don't buy individually wrapped snacks. Now, if you like the convenience of individually wrapped snacks, you can buy them in a bigger package, bring them home, pre-package them yourself, toss them in the cupboard or the freezer or the fridge or whatever it is, so that they're easy to grab at a moment's notice. but you're going to pay more if you buy the boxes of individually wrapped snacks. And this kind of goes into my next one, which is to buy quick oats instead of the instant oatmeal packs. Now, you can actually make the instant oatmeal packs at home with some quick oats, brown sugar, and basically whatever kind of toppings you want, raisins or whatever. You can stick them in small mason jars, and you can stick them in the pantry, and your child or you can grab it, toss it into a bowl with some water in the microwave, and you basically have the same thing. You just had to pre-package it yourself, but you're going to save significantly on that. And oatmeal, when you buy it in bulk, is so cheap. We always have oatmeal in this house, and we use it for everything, for baking, for breakfast. It's just such a great staple to have in a frugal home. The next one is to ask for a rain check. So sometimes there's going to be a really great sale on at the store. You get there and the shelf is empty, and it's so disappointing. A lot of stores will give you a rain check. So just, you go up to the front, ask if they can write you a rain check, and you can buy that product when it's not on sale anymore for that sale price with your rain check coupon. And the next one is to shop in season. Now, we're entering June, so for our seasonal produce right now is a lot of leeks and asparagus and lettuce. In the fall, I buy a lot of root vegetables. In the summer, it's strawberries and blueberries. And really, buying in season, the produce tends to taste better anyways because it's fresher. You can get more local produce a lot of the time when it's in season. And so we tend to always shop in season. The next one is to bring a grocery list. If you don't have a grocery list, you're wandering those aisles and you're tossing in things in your cart that maybe you shouldn't be, or maybe you don't really have the budget for. So make sure you always have a list. And the last one, which is my personal favorite as a mom, is to shop alone. Now, I know this isn't always possible. I totally get it. Sometimes I have all 3 kids with me when I grocery shop, but I try for the most part to shop alone so that I don't have any distractions, for one, so I can focus on my list and my budget and what I need to get. And I also don't have kids asking me for different things and me caving in and buying what was not on my list. So if you can shop alone, do it, but I totally understand sometimes it's just not possible. So those are 11 ways that we save money on grocery shopping. You'll notice that I didn't really talk about coupons here. Now, I'm in Canada, and we do have coupons, and I use them once in a while, but our coupon system is not nearly as good as in the US. So that's why I'm not speaking to how to use coupons effectively, because frankly, I don't know how to use them effectively as well as if I had resided in the US probably. But what I will say with coupons is just make sure if you are using coupons that it's food that you would buy and you would eat. It's not a deal if it's stuff that is above and beyond your list, or that you wouldn't eat, or that you're really not interested in. So just make sure that you'll actually eat the food and that it can kind of replace something in your list, or it's something you regularly buy, so that you're actually cutting down on your grocery budget. So those are my tips for saving money at the grocery store. I hope that you found at least one of them helpful that you can apply to your grocery list. And thanks for watching.